Hey Meruru, Rufus says that the Yuval development is all finished. Oh Elias, thanks for letting me know. But man, this place is so different now. I can't believe how much it's changed from the wasteland it used to be. Well, it took a lot of work. I had to put this all together from scratch, but I think it's pretty much done now. Rufus was happy to see you solve the settlers' food and housing problems, as well as creating plenty of jobs. He told me this place will set the perfect example for the Arls development project. That's right, I have to keep up the momentum and develop even more land. Hello and welcome back to Atelier Meruru, everybody. We get a nice little note from Elias to start off. So Yuval has been completed, and hopefully we will be able to see a little bit more of what comes after it has been fully developed. Last video we came back from Mount Velis, and I mentioned that there is a boss that shows up in that area later, and hopefully we will be able to see that now that we have developed the area completely. I accidentally put some stuff in my container, which I didn't mean to do. I'm going to stock up on a couple of things before I leave, because in this video I do plan on starting in Ent Forest. I think that we are strong enough to go there now. However, I would like to do a couple of things in Arls, and I would also like to perhaps make a couple of items. I always run out of supplements. Always. I'm just gonna pick a couple of random ingredients here and make a few of these. I want to make some bombs, perhaps, because Ent is weak to fire damage. Maybe go pick up a couple of things from Pamela, go speak to Rufus, and then we can head on out. We might as well try and get these bosses all taken care of, because they're going to be worth tons of development points, and it's going to be one of the last things we do in the game, because we have been doing a lot of developing. It's just the monster hunting that we need to do now. Not a whole lot that I'm going to be able to do with those bombs, but maybe I'll use them. I'd like to create some meteors too if I can. Just a couple of things and then I will be on my way. I like to do synthesizing off screen, mostly because right now I'm rushing through for the most part. I'm just kind of picking things at random, just because I don't want to make this video go on a bit longer, whereas I would normally probably spend a little bit more time picking and choosing my ingredients. I haven't made meteors or bombs for a really long time, so it feels odd to me to be back making them, but that's okay. I still have plenty of items left over from Mount Velis. I've got tons of healing bells, spirit stones, pinwheels, you know, all of those things. I've got some lightning bombs that I made. I still have a few elixirs, so I think I'm pretty prepared. I do have a letter that I would like to go pick up from Rufus, and I would also like to change what my homs are making. I'm getting my homs to make some items for me in preparation for some of our development that we're going to be doing when we get back. I like to try and set the stuff up ahead of time, because if I do, then it will save on a lot of time. Now there's a couple of things I could get him to make for me that would be really helpful. I think I'll start with some liquid solvents. You can make a few of those for me. I'll probably get my female hom to keep making a few rainbow oils. I do need a couple of those for some recipes, and we'll check up on them later. We have one letter we need to bring to Rufus. We are currently planning to repair residential areas damaged by the monsters. We are asking for immediate assistance from all citizens to assist in this task. Alright, that sounds pretty urgent. If we bring this to Rufus, he's going to give us 3 tasks. To make some sealing amulets, some mystical gardens, and a safety box. Or 2, depending on how you meet the requirements. And that's all I have to report. Okay then, I'd better get going. Please wait one moment. There's something I'd like to bring to your attention. Settlers New Yuval have notified me that the number of birds and animals in the area has been decreasing recently. Huh? I wonder why. I'm sure they didn't all go on vacation at once. Maybe Hannah's been hunting a little bit too much? I did assume the area was being utilized as a hunting ground, so I am now obliged to change my original plan. I was just joking. I feel so dumb when you don't even give me a pity laugh. Anyway, continue. At this point, there's nothing we can do without knowing the root of the problem. I'll continue my investigation on this. Okay, I want to know what's going on too. I'll let you know if I find out anything on my end. Thank you, Rufus. That could turn out to be a problem in terms of food. You don't want to have a food shortage. I was going to look at my development points. I have 85 of them, and I do believe that the Memorial Park, which is the last building that we have besides the legendary statue, only costs us 80 points, and it will make the citizens happy, so why not? Let's go ahead and build that with our points. And let's stop in at Pamela's. There's nothing I think I need to buy from her. I could buy some good quality monster pots or an elixir. I guess I'll buy them while I have the money. But I do need to save a little bit of money because I actually need to go to Astrid's, believe it or not. I know that is the craziest thing. However, I'm going to need a little bit more cash before I go there. Wow, May, you're so amazing. Did you do this using alchemy? Oh, Hannah, what are you grinning about? Did something good happen? Oh, stop pretending. You're the one that made hot water come out of the well, right? I had no idea alchemy could do stuff like that. It's really just like magic. Huh? I didn't hear anything about any hot water. Let me see. Wow, it's so warm. Why is the well water getting hot? Wait, so it really wasn't you? Oh well, it's still really convenient. Now I don't have to boil water anymore. I'm gonna go grab a bucket. I can't wait to take a nice hot bath tonight. I guess it's convenient, but getting hot water from a well is just too weird. I wonder if this is really okay. Ah, so that cutscene also has to do with Mount Velis / Yuval. Animals are going missing, and it seems like the volcano may or may not be acting up. We're getting some hot water all the way here in Arls. So we're gonna see where that goes. I might as well buy a few things from Hannah while I'm here as well, seeing as how it has been a while since I've purchased anything from her. And finally, let's check in at the tavern to see if there's any requests here that I can do for a little bit of extra cash. I need to make a little bit of money, and it looks like I should have enough at this point, thanks to Rorona's request. And the rest of the stuff I'm not terribly interested in. So let's head over to Astrid's. And let's talk to her for once. Because I have been missing some recipes for quite a while now, the land clasp included. And I had completely forgotten that Astrid actually sells 2 recipe books. These are lower level recipe books, level 24 and level 28. However, for some reason, I just haven't picked them up in the game yet. I don't remember at what point she starts to sell these books, but keep periodically checking back at her store to see if these books have showed up, because there are a ton of recipes in both of these books, and at least a quarter of these are used in requests. I just barely have enough, which is great. If we go back to the workshop, we're going to be able to read those. However, I think we will save that for the next trip back to Arls. I'd like to go out to the world map, and I'd like to go and get to Ent Forest. That was a little bit more running around than I anticipated with all the cutscenes, so my apologies. We are going to have to do Ent Forest in 2 parts, I think. But that's alright. This place isn't as big as Mount Velas, but there is still a whole lot of walking to be done. Prepare yourselves for that. We have fought a few of the enemies in here before. There's carrot bunnies, iron bunnies, there's some witch roses in here. There are some gold-haired rams, which are goat enemies, as well as some pixies. So again, they have a pretty good variety of enemies here. At this point in the game, they're a little outdated in terms of grinding. The boss of this area is really hard, which is why I've hesitated to come in here, not because the enemies are super over-leveled or anything like that. We have definitely ran into tougher enemies in the game so far. So past the first screen, if you go to Ent's middle, you'll immediately be blocked by this giant griffin. And this is actually the first boss of Ent, so I'm just going to put a couple more things in my basket here. I accidentally put the stuff that I had bought at Pamela's store into my container instead of my basket. But anyways, let's go ahead and let's get started. This is the Griffinian, I think, and in Atelier Totery, it's just Griffin. So again, it's one of those enemies that has been taken from Atelier Totery. I like to point out these kinds of things. It's really neat to see how a lot of these games share the same enemies, but just give them different colors or names. So I've created a couple of monster pots that are higher quality and should be a little bit more powerful than the last ones we were using. And just like with Mount Velas enemies here, I'm going to be using the same strategy. And now that everyone has leveled up a little bit more, it should be even easier for us to take out this guy. He's not necessarily all that tough. This Heat Blaster move is devastating. It does a ton of damage and lowers your attack. He can lower your stats, but he doesn't have any status effect type attacks as far as I remember. Like, he can't paralyze you or blind you or anything like that, which is nice. I like not having to deal with that. And he doesn't have a whole lot of HP. So we're just gonna whittle this guy down slowly, use a few items here and there, but hopefully I'm also going to be able to save my items for when we go all the way up and to the top of the tree. We'll see if this guy uses any more attacks. Winter Rage is another one. He can do different types of damage. You saw that was an ice-based attack. Gonna keep my healing bells on when possible. Try to clear out some of these pinwheels in my inventory. I've got quite a few of them. And magic swords. For some reason I bought a bunch of magic swords, and I really haven't used them. I guess just because they're low quality at this point and I have better attacking items than I did before. It's almost finished here. Let's see if we can get him finished up with Sturk's attack. Perfect. Wonderful, just what I wanted. So almost 3,000 experience, not bad. And he's got a couple of really good drops. He always drops the bird wing, to my knowledge, but he also drops a couple of additional ones. The Crampin Fist is a weapon for Laius. So there we go, we've defeated the first boss on Ent, and we're going to climb the stories of the tree in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.